Hi guys, Kieran here from Killing Up Barbecue again. Today we're going to be brining some chicken wings to do a Korean fried not fried wings, which we'll be cooking tomorrow. So there's three main parts to the wing: the wing tip, the flapper and the drumette. For me, I don't like the wing tips. They get too dry, too crusty, and you just can't really chew through them. So I usually cut these off and give them to the dog. He appreciates it. So we'll just cut through here. The sharp bony knife always helps. Mine is not quite sharp, but that's okay. And then the other thing we'll start doing is separating these two. So there is a joint here. I find when they're frozen, you can almost just pull and they snap exactly where you need it. These are not frozen. So what I do is I cut through the skin, down to the joint, and then I snap it. And there you can see where the joint is. So once you've done that, just run your knife in through there, and you've got your two pieces. And we'll repeat that with the rest of the 2 kilos. Got the wings all cut up now and separated. We're going to make a brine for them overnight. So that consists of rice wine vinegar. This one's a pretty good brand to use. Find that in most of your supermarkets. Some salt, some pepper and ginger powder. It's that easy. We'll start with the rice wine vinegar. You want to use about 4 tablespoons of this. And then next we'll do 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and 3 tablespoons of powdered ginger. So what we're going to do is turn this into a slurry. So just mix it all up. And now we're going to put our wings in them. And now we're just going to coat them. It's that easy. You don't want it sitting in a whole heap of liquid. You just want it sitting with the coating on the outside. You can see that's about the sort of coating we're looking for. We're going to refrigerate this overnight. You can do it up to 6 to 12 hours is probably good enough. You can do it up to 24 hours, but I would not go past that. The vinegar tends to cure the meat a little bit. So this is what you're after. Day 2 for the Korean chicken wings. So we've got them marinated overnight. We've taken them out of the fridge for about half an hour just to get a bit more closer to room temp. What we're doing now is just firing up the Weber kettle. So we'll shoot over there and we'll have a look now. We've got our charcoal going, nice and hot. We're going to dump that into the kettle using this kettle cone. What it is, it concentrates the heat all the way to the top of the dome and just provides a real good amount of heat source for our chicken wings. Now you can use these kettle cones on any sort of bullet smoker, anything that's sort of domed shape. And you want to try and get as much fuel in there rather than the outside. Now we've got the kettle cone all set up, the charcoal going. We'll let that sit for a little while and prep up the wings. All right guys, we've got the grill for the Weber kettle right here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to douse it in canola oil spray. And next to this we have a tray of corn flour. About 500 gram packet will be enough for about 2 kilos of wings. Corn flour is cheap, so get another one just in case you need it. At this point, if you're not doing these sort of wings and just doing smoked wings, you can add 2 or 3 tablespoons of rub to this and then smoke it like you normally would. Just going to start dusting these wings in corn flour. It's as simple as that. We don't really need to dry these off. The brine sort of has absorbed quite a bit into the wings, and I'm okay with that. As we get towards the bottom, we might have to, but the ones on top are pretty good. I always start with skin side down. Shake them off, and we'll just lay them around the outside of the ring, leaving about 5 to 10 mil in between. We want to get enough heat and air circulation around each wing. What we do next is spray these wings with canola oil as well. What I like about this is it tastes like fried chicken without having to be fried. And the reason why I do this on the grill straight away is to avoid burning my hands placing them on the grill when it's already hot. This way we can just throw the whole grill with the wings on all at once. Makes it nice and easy. Alright guys, so we're about to put these wings on. So what we're going to do is just set them on like so. No need to do anything more with them, we're just going to throw the lid back on. And every 15 minutes we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. With the Kettle, with a Pro Q, any sort of bullet smoker, just set it up exactly like this, just the top and bottom. No need to have the stackers, you won't get enough heat out of it. Now that the wings are cooking, we're going to start making the Korean barbecue sauce that goes with them. This is what gives everything a super flavour. Really love this sauce. Great thing about it is you've probably got everything at home, or most of it. So what we're using is ketchup, honey, garlic paste, sesame oil, brown sugar, soy sauce, and Korean chili paste. Now, this is probably something you're not going to have sitting around at home. Again, any good Asian grocery store will have it. I actually got this from Coles. So there you go. Just look in the Asian section. And now we're just going to put it all into a little saucepan, and we'll put it on a heat source a bit later and drizzle it over the wings once they're done. Let's start with some brown sugar, 4 tablespoons. Two tablespoons of soy sauce. Some sesame oil. Spoons of the Korean chili paste. Teaspoon of garlic paste, tablespoons of tomato sauce or ketchup, and 4 tablespoons of honey. Just going to give that a bit of a stir. Now the only thing we need to do now is just heat this up. So we'll put it on a heat source a bit later on once the wings are getting closer to being finished. About halfway through now, we're just going to flip all these wings. As you can see, they're starting to crisp up real nicely. Try to be careful with them as they will sort of come apart. We'll remove this and we'll check on the wings. All right, as you can see, these wings are pretty much done. And they've got some nice crunch to them, beautiful sound, and that's what we're after. Back here with the wings, guys, this is sort of what we're looking for. Nice sort of colour all the way around, nice crispy edges, and we get that by separating them quite a bit in between. So that's why we left out some of the wings. We didn't want to overcrowd it. You won't get the nice cook all the way through. I usually do these at home, but as chicken thigh, and I chop them into 2 centimetre chunks and deep fry them. So that's another idea you can use. So it's like a Korean popcorn chicken. That's where the idea for these wings came from.